think 9.5 would be like a big difference.
Yeah. Does someone check iTunes reviews?
Give me.
I'm on it.
Okay, yeah, this is going to take longer than I thought it would.
Did you see who the band of the week was?
War Crab.
Yeah! I'm so excited. He's going to send me 2 more songs. He
Page,
just got the...
Custom light.
He just got the first round of their CD today, and the cases and stuff are really nice. And my idea is to do an "Is This What You Want" with him to tell. I don't know if you guys read it, but have him on and just tell a bunch of like tour stories and band stories and stuff like that. Talk about music.
BarelyADS. Discord. BarelyADS. Okay.
We are live. I'm going to start recording.
All right. The great news is I believe the website's updated. There's just one file I have to push after we're done with the podcast.
Nice.
So all the links should be live, and there's a YouTube thing up there too. So
All right, cool.
I'm recording.
Ben?
Still frozen on my screen. Funny.
Weird. Well, at least it's not frozen on mine.
All right.
There
Good.
we go.
Let's clap.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Cool.
All right, save that. Quit brackets. Man, I am so impressed with myself and the way I designed that whole site. There's like 2 things at this, because it's been a while. There's like 2 things that I had to change, and I logged in and it was like, okay, didn't require any real file updates. Like I said, there's one file I got to push after the show, but that's like because I hard coded text into the front end of the front page of the site, which I don't know yet.
Okay, I'm ready.
Almost. I tweeted. I figure I should use our streams and plugs channel when we go live for the show.
No, just add everyone in announcements.
All right. I'm ready. Ooh, BarelyADS hosting. I like it.
Yeah, other than my bars being really short, like feels great.
Cool. You're probably glad to not be here right now. I saw a good way of putting it earlier. It has rained 5 days out of the week for the past 3 weeks straight.
I think it's rained 3 times in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, it sucks. Yesterday
for
at
like
work in the
half the
support
day.
room where there's like, 100 people probably, everyone's phone went off within 2 or 3 minutes with the flood warning. Too funny. What's up, Phoenix? I'm doing well. How are you?
Got me a new windbreaker today.
A windbreaker, huh? Is it windy out there? PlayStation. Where'd you get that?
Forever 21.
Nice.
They have guys' clothes.
Yeah. It's not.
It's like 10% of the store, but they have them.
Mhm.
It was buy one get one free, and everything was discounted. So I got 2 jackets for $20.
There you go.
Nice.
That'll be your winter coat this year.
No, I wish. It's definitely gonna be a hoodie and another jacket. Like my denim jacket with a thick hoodie under it will be my winter coat.
That might be
But it's
too
nice
warm.
because I can go riding like year round. I'm probably gonna hit the skate park during the winter time.
There you go.
That's awesome.
I'm excited.
My goals on the bike: learn how to do a 180.
Mm-hmm.
We'll learn how to bunny hop first, but I'm pretty sure I can do that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do it tonight because it was dark outside, and I didn't want to get wrecked and have to come in here and do something. Plus, like I said, the bars are so short. I felt like weird.
And are you having, what's happening right now? You turned 30. So now you're like, just want to have, you're experiencing the thing that happens when you turn 30, which is like, oh, wait, I'm not old. 30's not old. I'm going to go do fun stuff still.
I'm basically just thinking like, if I'm gonna get in shape, I need to find something that's fun, and skateboarding scares me now.
Mm-hmm.
Skateboarding scares me now.
Well, the thing is, I got too good at skateboarding before, so now if I don't live up to where I used to be, just feel like bad about myself.
Humble brag.
I don't know, man. I could do like some pretty cool tricks, and now like I can't even board slide without like I freak out that I'm gonna like smash my face.
You could rollerblade.
Yeah, that's even scarier.
Really?
Yeah, skateboards you can jump off and run away.
True.
Hmm.
At least on a bike, like that's the thing too with like how like big I am now. Bikes aren't scary at all because I can just like jump off of it.
No.
And I don't plan like there's no part of me that wants to be like I'm gonna get 10 feet of air and do like giant jumps. I'm like no.
Your dad bunny
I
hop
wanna,
is not impossible.
no, it's definitely not impossible. I found out that I was doing them wrong when I was a kid, but
How were you doing them? Were you lifting the handlebars and then trying to go
like if you like push the handlebars up and forward,
Mhm.
that's not how you do it.
Oh.
The way you're supposed, it's so much like an ollie. You pull the bars up into your waist and jump at the same time. So like pull them up to your waist, jump, and then when you're in the air, you push them back forward.
Okay, so that's where you thought it was push the bars forward. Got it.
Yeah, I thought that it was like this, like keep the whole bike level the whole time, and it's not. It's like up and flat.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, oh, it's like the same.
Like
It's
a
the
high
same
jumper.
physics as an ollie.
It's
Yeah.
funny. Gear Dad just says once I hit 30, the fear kicked in. I was thinking of this. Yeah, then I thought about like there's me. I put new wheels on my fucking blades this year, and I have yet to hit the park. I want to go so bad. I just haven't had time.
That'll be one of the first things I get in South Carolina.
Gear Dad, my
God
last
damn.
board slide was also at 29.
Hey.
That's true. It's the last time I did one. It took me probably like 25 tries, and I did like 6 inches of a rail.
Phrasing.
Nah, it was probably like 2 feet, but still, it wasn't much.
I think in other like rather than getting back dating, I'd rather find time to play hockey.
Yeah, see what I mean? That's exactly why I picked up the bike. I was like, this
Yeah.
is so not dangerous for me. Just
Hockey
because
would
of the
be
way
fun for
the way
sure.
I'm planning on riding is not like high
Yeah.
risk.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
that's
eventually
also
Mick
I want
plays
to learn how to
hockey.
do
Has a lot
180s.
of fun.
yeah.
Lives fairly close to you as far as like our community's concerned. Not that you would drive down to Philly to
Nah.
play hockey, but
Right.
you're in a good area for hockey if you wanted to actually play.
Northeast, yeah. Well, the other thing too, and this is like, you know, it'd probably be a way for me to get out, you know, just blow off some steam. But I'd also be afraid that I'd get in the wrong league with like either washed out of juniors or something, and they not just only embarrass me, but probably try to hurt me, and that wouldn't end well.
No, dude, they got old man leagues. Scott, you want to when you lean back, it's hard to hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. I was just like, you got real quiet. All right, let's do this.
Let's do this thing.
I was like, we can talk about my bike during the show. All right. Hello, listeners. This is Barely ADS, the show where we shoot from the hip. I'm your host, Ben Malone, and with me tonight we've got Slapshot Scott and Xanafan 711,
Yo,
the crew,
What's up, boys?
the crew too.
the crew 125.
Hey.
We are halfway to year 3.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it is 125.
Think about all the things we've done, like going live on Twitch Thursday night somewhere between 10 and 11 p.m. Eastern. Getting better a little earlier this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, twitch.tv/BarelyADS. This week, Band of the Week is brought to you by George Washington. George Washington, he had to be buried standing up because he could never lie. That was good.
That is a pretty good one.
Killing it as usual.
Band of the Week this week is War Crab. That's right. War Crab, Scum Dust's band.
Yeah.
You can find them at warcrab.bandcamp.com. And we're going to be debuting their new, songs from their new album. Was it Imminent? Yep, it's called Imminent.
No, it's not. The new
album is imminent.
Either that or it's kind of like Scum Death got the CDs like today or yesterday were delivered. So
okay, what's it called?
I don't know. I didn't look.
You couldn't read the font because it's a metal band.
Yes, we're gonna go for that.
Yeah.
No, I'm stoked. They just finished up a like little tour, and they're about to do the second half of the tour here coming up in the next couple weeks. So if you're in the UK, go check out War Crab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you go to their Bandcamp, it's not even up yet.
No.
Not even up.
Yeah, we got exclusive preview to this.
Yeah, so make sure you stick around to the end of the show so you can listen to it.
Yeah.
If you want to get anything on the show, send us an email. Send it to barelyadestinyshow@gmail.com. Get a hold of us on Twitter @barelyads, or go to our Discord. Is it the website link for Discord working again?
Yes, there's a new link.
That's right.
Yes, it is.
Scott
Just
has
got
fixed
updated.
it.
We also added the YouTube link. Yeah.
So now,
I done good.
Instead of saying go to our YouTube channel and search for BarelyADS no spaces, go to our website, click on the YouTube link, and click subscribe. That website, barelyads.com.
Yep.
From there, you can get into the Discord, or like I said, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yep.
The one-stop chop shop. I'm just kidding. It's not a chop shop. I wonder what that would be like to own a chop shop.
Scary, probably.
Yeah, you probably have some John Wick kind of stuff happen to you eventually, right? Did you guys see John Wick?
I mean, I know of it.
Come on. The very beginning, they take John Wick's car to a chop shop, and the guy's like, "You idiot. Do you know who owns this car?" It's great. John Leguizamo. I think that's who it is. Or is it the other? Damn it. If you know who it is, send in a correction. I think it's John Leguizamo. I could be wrong. I just love John Leguizamo.
Me too. If you haven't seen it, watch his stand-up special, which is actually more like a one-man show on Netflix. It's very good. Like
he's also what is it called? There's a new show on Netflix. Was it The Way They Look at Us or something like that?
I don't know. I haven't seen it,
Uh,
but I'll have to because I'm watching a lot of TV lately.
I don't, it's really good. It's about in 1989 they call them the Central Park Five. Actually,
Okay.
that's a good way. Central Park Five. This is live, everybody. Central Park Five. What's the Netflix show?
I don't know.
It's a really good show. It's a mini series. It's probably like 4 or 5 hours. The way they when they see us, that's what it's called.
Okay.
John Leguizamo's in it. He does actually a really, really good job. But if you are unfamiliar with the Central Park Five, it's the reason they have cameras in interrogation rooms now.
Oh.
Five young black men got sent to jail for a very long time for a crime they did not commit because the cops forced them to sign statements. One of the kids couldn't even read, and they forced him to sign a statement saying that he did this crime. So
That's
it's
part
actually fantastic. It's a really good show.
All right.
So check that out. That's a little bonus there.
Yeah. You know what?
A
I think
bonus.
they should
Watch
also
it.
check out is patreon.com/BarelyADS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got on a John Leguizamo kick.
From there, you can support us and listen to the Patreon exclusive for a month podcast. Is This What You Want? Which we're going to have to start pumping a couple of those out. We're like 2 behind now.
Yeah. Well, things are finally starting to smooth out here. There's less boxes and more things in my house, which is good.
There
I've
you
been
go.
super busy building an office. I haven't been playing a lot of games, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
What I do want to talk to you guys about is iTunes reviews.
Yes.
We've got one,
Oh, yeah.
which from totally not the host, and it really is not from any of us,
Yeah, I don't have iTunes, so.
which cracks me up. Unless you did this, Scott, but I really doubt that you did.
No.
Because you would have said something. It's 5 stars. Of course, that's the only reviews that we accept on this show.
Okay.
Ah, so we can review the review then. All right.
All right,
Let's do
so
Check that box off. Somebody follow directions.
buckle up, everybody. Good morning. In less than an hour, aircraft from here will join others from around the world, and you will be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind. Mankind. That word should have new meaning for all of us today. We can't be consumed
my
by our petty
God.
differences anymore. We will be united in our common interests. Perhaps it's fate that today is the 4th of July, and you will once again be fighting for our freedom, not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, but from annihilation. We're fighting for our right to live, to exist. And should we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanquish without a fight. We are going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
I love it.
Oh my God.
I love it. I'm going to jump right in right off the bat and give
that's
that
perfect.
6 out of 6 Will Smiths.
I'm gonna give it 7 out of 7. Welcome to Earths.
Nice, nice. Scott, how
We'll
many
go
Jeff
5.
Goldblums are you giving it?
We'll go 5 out of 5 for sure.
5 out of 5 Jeff
For sure.
Goldblums?
Yes.
I'm gonna give
Exactly.
it out of 10.
Just giving it 5 Jeff Goldblum stutters out of 5.
There we go. I like it.
That was great. Thank you so much to totally not the host. That's so funny.
Pretty awesome.
Our last few have been amazing.
I know. I like when people just leave reviews of random crap.
Yep.
Because as always, if you're searching for a podcast to listen to and that review got you in, You've come to the right place. That's what this show is all about. Man,
You get us.
what do you guys think? 4th of July, or close to it. We should do a. We should all watch Independence Day on stream together.
No, we shouldn't do that. We should do it
Yeah.
in like Discord share screen or
Well,
something.
yeah,
But
no, I mean like we'll all watch it together at the same time. It'll be funny.
yeah,
Not the
I'm
three of
down.
us. The community, you're welcome to join, or we'll all watch it and we'll just have a chat open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
Well,
I think we can
we'll
get 10 people on one call, so we can get at least 10 people watching it together.
Well, Mystery Science Theater 3000 the shit out of that movie.
I haven't seen the second one. There's 2, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I didn't see the second one.
So let's talk about what games we've been playing. I'd like to start
All right.
by saying I played one game that correlates to my real life. Been getting ready. I got my BMX bike.
Okay.
I got it today. So the 100-mile challenge is not on for me still.
Next
but
month.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's
100
not
miles
that
on a
hard
BMX
to do
bike.
100 miles on a bike in a
Dude,
month.
my crank is so... Oh, God. Good thing it's not a podcast anymore. My crank is tiny. Seriously, though, like, it's very small. It's because I got a bike that's, like, good for park riding, so it's supposed to not hang up when you drop in or anything like that. Not that I'm going to be riding parks a lot, but...
Should got a street bike.
So the goal for next month is to get bunny hops solid and start to learn how to 180, or at least learn how to get out of riding fakie. And then the month after that, ready for this?
Okay.
The goal is to do a double peg.
I don't know what that means.
It's a grind on both pegs. Also, I need to buy pegs.
There you go.
Also, I need to buy pegs.
Yeah. Be a real classy guy and just get 2.
Put them both in the back so your wife can ride.
Yeah, so how's that related to video games?
Because I've been playing BMX Streets Pipe. I played so much of Pipe. It's crazy. I played like all day on Father's Day.
Would you say you'd be hitting that pipe?
Oh yeah. All
He's
day.
going to be laying that pipe. I don't know if you want to hit the pipe. That would hurt.
Well, depends on what kind. That game is really fun. I got some mods for it. So somebody made this thing called Pipeworks City, and basically it has like 3 skate parks in it, and then on top of that there's an enormous city. Like, it's the map is gigantic. There's endless stuff to do, and I learned how to do a bunch of new tricks in that game, like doing tire rides and stuff like that. And it's been a lot of fun. And then the other game I've been playing, I jumped back into GTA Online. And Scott, I feel like you would love this. They have like Hot Wheels style races in there. It came out a long time ago, but I had never played them.
Yeah, they have everything, like the craziest shit. If
Yeah,
you
dude,
can
you're
think
doing
it's probably in there.
You're doing loops and crap like that, and you're doing like they have like speed boosters. There's one course that I played where you basically go up a giant half pipe and you're in the air for probably 5-6 seconds, and you have to like turn your car forward and like go straight down. It's so much fun.
That's fun.
Oh wow.
If anybody wants to play GTA Online on Steam, I am getting the money together in that game so I can buy a house so we can start doing heists. I need 4 people to be the heistmeisters.
There you go.
That's what I'm calling it.
There is in the announcement section of the Discord a spot for you to tag yourself with that role if you want it.
Yeah. If you go into our Discord,
wow, that's
heistmeisters.
Yeah.
No, if you go into our announcements, you can click on the little GTA icon, and then I can tag you at GTA 5, and you'll get a notification when it's time to play that game.
It's
and
like,
even so, like just doing the
Pope
races is
holding
fun.
a pistol or something like that.
Like seriously, just like if we get if we get like 3 or 4 people together and just do some races, that's so much fun too. And then also, the RP servers are around. So it's a good purchase on Steam. Yeah, that's all I've been playing. Just GTA and that. I downloaded Doom. I haven't started it yet though. I was
Oh,
gonna play it
nice.
on Father's Day, but apparently when you're playing a different game on Steam, it stops your downloads.
Oh, nice. So, breaking news, I was just emailed a dick pic. Dick Van Dyke.
Not Cheney. I'm disappointed.
Yep. It was a fail, Phoenix. Sorry about it. Oh, man. You been playing anything else, Ben?
No, just GTA and Pipe.
Oh, right on.
Oh, by the way, Pipe is on Xbox and PS4,
Oh, cool.
but it's buggy and you can't download the mods for it. So
That makes
if you
sense.
really want
That's
to play a
sad.
BMX game, but it's like $10 though. So if you really want to play a BMX game and you don't have a PC, you can play it.
Speaking of $10, we're in the process of setting up a fight club between our Discord and the Antimatter Discord. And one of the games that we intend to play is Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which is going to be on sale on PS4 starting tomorrow, which is a Friday. And if you're hearing this on the podcast services 2 days ago, 3 days ago, whatever, somewhere in there, $10 on the PS4 flash sale. So if you're interested in playing fighting games with friends, pick up Marvel vs. Capcom. I'm probably going to get it.
Oh, and we got Mario Kart 8 on Switch. It was on sale for $40.
Yeah, deluxe.
Yeah.
There you go.
My wife is practicing to be able to beat me, and she's getting damn close.
She loves those Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We played video game 20 questions today, and since she only knows Nintendo games, she had to only pick those. And she
Ooh.
got both of them on question 7. So
All right.
she's also good at video game 20 questions. When it's only Nintendo.
Yeah. I have been playing a ton of Dauntless. Other people who are playing Dauntless, please continue to play Dauntless. So I have people that are decent to go and do these harder hunts with, because it's getting a little rough out there. I'm getting to like the 3rd to 4th tier of monsters, and it's a lot of fun. I made a crazy knockout build, so I use a big ass hammer, and my job is to go in there and knock the monster down, and it's a lot of fun. Aside from that, still playing EverQuest. If you're following along, I'm level 35 now. And then, but this week specifically, I'm playing a lot of Destiny. Actually, we've had almost full squads in Iron Banner all week, and it's been a ton of fun getting back in there. It feels good. The meta changed in PvP to like snipers, so
And Lord of Wolves, apparently.
oh yeah, it's only on
Oh
PC.
yeah. Oh
and-
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure people use it on console, but on PC, there's no recoil, so it's stupid. And I saw a video of it, just like across the map, like sniper range, killing someone. It's fucking stupid.
I call
Love it.
bullshit on that, but we'll talk about it, I guess, later in a minute or something, because I really have no idea. Like the range on that, I don't know how, because it was
PC
it
is how it's related to the frames directly, and Bungie confirmed today that it's broken. Luke Smith came on when Bungie hit $400,000 for St. Jude's in 4 hours, to say like, yeah, it's broken, and we're gonna patch it, but
So is it
not
broken only on PC, or is
Pretty
it
much.
broken on?
yeah, it's related. I mean, it's broken on
Okay.
console too. Like you can map someone if you can control the recoil, but using a controller with the recoil on there, much
So
harder
get
to
yourself the FPS strike pack, put on anti-recoil, you're good to go.
do. There you go. But yeah, it'll probably
I
it's
like
gonna
it.
get patched like next week or the week after.
Perfect. After Iron Banner.
Yeah. So that's what they were saying. It's like, we'll just let them have crazy fun with Iron Banner. I won't be surprised
Oh,
if Xur
God.
sells it this weekend. And
Oh yes, please.
but with
Get,
this
Yeah, I don't
make
meta,
have-
Xur
That would make me log in.
yeah, I don't
make
have it either.
Xur sell Lord of Wolves, and then just release the wolves. I want nothing but Lord of Wolves in the Crucible.
By the
It's
way,
not as bad as people are saying. Like, you can deal with it.
Oh,
'Cause
I
more
know.
people are not
I
that
know.
good. But it is rampant. Everyone's using it on PC.
I know.
What I
I'm
was
gonna put
getting
this
at-
out there. If anybody in our community wants to start the where is there / what is there selling podcast, I will wake up on Fridays and post that. You you have to have it to me by
I
like
think there
5:45 Eastern.
I think there actually was a podcast for that in Destiny 1 because I found it, or maybe it was an app. I don't know. I found it on one of the iTunes things, and I'm like, oh shit, this is a cool thing. At that point in time, they had marked Xur on the map in Destiny 2. I'm like, well, this is kind of useless.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
I will post it.
what I've been getting at is now that there's a sniper meta again and long range meta, the Fighting Lion and Synthesep combo has come back out, and I've been dunking on fools, and it feels great. Feels great to be able to charge someone and not get shotgunned every single time. I love it. Also, if you like shotguns a lot, now's probably a really good time to use them. Because if you can get close to somebody, they don't know what to do. It's amazing. Anyway.
They're like, I have a scout rifle. What's happening?
Yep. You playing anything, Scott? Yeah, making time this week?
I played some Destiny last night, but it wasn't anything groundbreaking. I was basically just running around the Dreaming City farming whatever that purple stuff is called, Baron Ball or something.
Oh,
I
need
so
to
I
do
could
that.
so I could boost my bygones for some stuff. I got a couple of things done, but not really anything pertaining to like weekly goals or anything else. Just still trying to infuse my Reaper armor up to 700 so I can, well, keep infusing it now at this point that it's 750. I was thinking about tonight, if we finish in time, maybe going to play some Iron Banner. I definitely want to play some Iron Banner, and I definitely am going to break out Lord of Wolves because it's making everybody very upset. And I realize it's on PC, but I want to be part of the problem. I love that gun. I do not fucking care, man.
Yep.
I mean,
No,
I
that's
love that
great.
gun. We got it in D1, and it was a joke. I remember Gray Fox used to bring it into trials, and when we'd play trials with people, they're like, "Why in the fuck are you running Lord of War?" And the best thing was when he'd clinch rounds with it. It was hilarious because people are just like you could tell the other team is kind of standing there looking at each other like, "Did I just die to Lord of Wolves?"
What was the
Trials of
build that he had?
Osiris? He
The
doesn't have.
helicopter something?
Oh, the flying wolf. Yeah, that's what he'd love to do. He would whatever the perk was on the Sunsinger Warlock that like makes you float extra, and he would just basically get up on like the upper levels of whatever PvP map we play. He'd jump in the air and then like Warlock surf basically. So he's like flying over everything like a helicopter, and then he just aims Lord of Wolves down and empties the map.
That's
He got
beautiful.
so many kills like that. It was ridiculous.
That's the blades wearing is that.
Yeah, it's just
man.
what the fuck. So yeah, I want to get an Iron Banner and really help be part of the problem. I've been laughing at it all this week because that gun was absolute trash in D1, and we got it in D2, and they made it better. And when it first dropped for me, like beginning of Forsaken, I'm running around and going, oh, this thing is actually pretty good. And then I took it into Gambit Prime, and it was like, fuck, this thing just destroys everything in its path, especially Envoy. You just aim it in the general direction and hold the trigger down, and it obliterates like the Envoys and all their shield friends there. But the best thing is now that it's in the Crucible, it's an absolute monster. I think I saw that same video that you did. Maybe it was Ninja with Noel. I don't remember exactly who it was who did it, but I saw the fucking thing go across the map, kill the guy. I'm like, yeah, that's stupid. They should leave it.
Yep.
So, what else has been going on in Destiny?
We got
see some
news. Got some news yesterday.
New Destiny news.
Yeah.
Nifty. Is this the Eververse changes?
Yeah, Bungie is overhauling Destiny 2's Eververse in-game store. This from Ryan Gilliam at Polygon. So, in short, Eververse armor will effectively become ornaments that you can apply to any legendary armor.
That's cool. So it'll just look like the exclusive stuff?
Yeah, and with the stats of the armor that you want, and
That's awesome.
they pretty
I've
much
been rocking Eververse armor for a long time.
I have an Eververse helmet in my rotation.
My go-to is the Eververse armor with the kitty cat helmet, the like panther helmet thing. I don't know what it's called. It doesn't have a set. It's just a helmet.
Oh, yep. So they pretty much confirmed that they've been kind of neutering the roles on the Eververse armor because they didn't want to be doing pay to win stuff.
Pay to win.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, though, it's not going to dismantle into Bright Dust after the new expansion, but rather you'll get Shards and Glimmer, and you'll be able to pull this armor from your collections for Shards and Glimmer.
Nice.
And then you will still be able to buy stuff from the Eververse with Bright Dust, but instead of only getting Bright Dust from Eververse bounties and dismantling Eververse items, you'll get it from basically everywhere. It's just going to be a normal currency that is applied to that. You'll still be able to use silver to buy specific things from the Eververse store if you want, but you can pretty much grind for all the Eververse stuff now.
The helmet is called the Torobatal. I don't know. So the Torobatal, I'm gonna go with that Torobatal Celebration Mask.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about now.
I've seen it. It's cool.
Yeah,
I actually like this like a lot in terms of changing things into shit. What's the name? It's just ornaments basically. They're changing all the Eververse sets into ornaments so you can stuff look cool. I like that a lot. The Sunbreaker armor is probably some of the coolest armor I've seen from Eververse in a while, and I would love to run that with like my Reaper, or with good stats on it. But I also love my Reaper armor, and I never want to take it off. This would actually give me a reason to switch things up.
You wouldn't be switching things up. You just be changing the appearance. So it's you can wear the armor you want for stats and make it look like the way you want it to look like.
Well, I don't ever.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't ever really change that armor, but this would actually give me a reason to like start.
That's what I'm saying.
You armor build, something
you won't
like
be changing that armor at all. You'll just be applying that Eververse gear to the armor that you're wearing that you like.
No, I mean actually going out and getting armor for PvE. Because right now, like all the PvE armor with good stats looks like absolute ass, and I just don't. I'm like, nah, no, I'm good. I'm gonna keep wearing my sweet ass Gambit armor because so.
Well, there's also going to be an Armor 2.0 way to like transmog someone. I'm not too sure about the specifics on that, but the armor perks and stats are going to be much more customizable.
Is there going to be selling needles again? I thought he kicked the habit.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to see. Also, the only other real news story this week
Sir fell off the train.
Is in regard to Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. A demonic glitch in the newest Bloodstained patch is breaking the game. This from Aiden Simmons at PlayStation Lifestyle. So they came out with the patch 1.0.2, and once you download this patch, if a treasure chest that had previously been opened was required to progress the game, you could not progress the game unless you made a new game.
I can see where that might be a problem.
So the only good part about this is that this came out so quickly after the game released. But yeah, basically they're telling everybody download the patch, then start your game file, or if you haven't, if you already started, then just quit and start over, because it was put very well on Kind of Funny Games Daily today, where this is a Metroidvania style game. So if you don't know about this issue and you come into this glitch, you're not thinking, oh, something's glitched. You're thinking, I missed something. And you're backtracking, trying to figure out what you missed to be able to get to progress the game. And you're never going to find it because it's a glitch. So, yeah, rip the dream. But I've been hearing great things about this game. It's scored very well, and it's supposed to be a lot of fun. So if you like Metroidvanias, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Try it out. Did we lose Ben?
No,
No. Oh.
No.
Again,
He's
just
quiet.
didn't move at all.
I'm so still. I'm
All right,
Buster Blues.
Practicing.
So that is literally, to quote Chris Traeger, all the news this week. There's like
Is
nothing.
literally the only quote.
Yep. So this is perfect timing for us to discuss what our most anticipated games for the rest of the year are. So I picked 16 of the bigger kind of games that are coming out between now and the end of the year, and we're going to rank them in order of what we're most excited about. And
All right. Are you keeping track of the rank?
Yes, I have a document pulled up and ready to go. And
All right, let's.
so we're just going to start. I'm not going to list them all because we're going to talk about them all eventually. The first one, Mario Maker 2. I'm just going to put on the list at number 8, which is right in the middle, because we haven't really started
You
comparing.
can just put it at the bottom.
I mean, there might be something that we want to play
That we
less than
really
that.
don't want to play.
Yeah. All right, so that game comes out June 28th. Next game on the list is Ultimate Alliance 3. Ben, do you want to play that more or less than Mario Maker 2?
Oh, I'm the one. We're going person by person.
Oh, we're going to
All
talk
right.
about it. So,
I want to play Ultimate Alliance 3 more than I want to play Mario Maker 2.
Scott, what about you?
Is this the Avengers game?
No,
Yeah.
it's Ultimate
Not
Alliance
the
3.
Avengers game, but
It's
it's
not the
Avengers
Avengers game.
Alliance.
It's like
it's
more,
Marvel, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
more people than the
Yeah.
Avengers.
Okay, yeah. No, that sounds good. I think I like that more than Mario Maker.
Okay,
I
me
mean,
too.
you can't play either of them because they're both Switch, but
All right, so Ultimate Alliance 3 is going in above Mario Maker 2, and that game comes out on June 19th. Wolfenstein Youngblood comes out July 26th. Ben, more or less than Ultimate Alliance 3? Do you want to play
More.
that game? All right, Scott?
it's co-op, and that's cool as hell, man.
More because killing Nazis never goes out of style.
Dude,
All right.
when are we gonna fight Mecha Hitler? That's all I want to know. I'm really I'm looking forward to getting into these. It's not. I know it's Bethesda who publishes it, but I don't remember. Is it id
I think
that makes
no,
both these?
it is Doom.
Who?
I can't remember who makes Wolfenstein. I'm not. It might be id. You might be right.
I'm looking it up, but yeah, I definitely want to play that. You play as BJ Blazkowicz, I think that's his name.
Okay.
You play as his daughters, and it's in the 80s, and it's in France, and apparently the tone is just absurd.
Yeah.
So
My
I want to play
leaving!
it. Yeah, it's on the id engine. It's developed by Machine Games.
Okay. Okay. So it's like they outsourced it basically. Cool.
But yeah, I want to play Wolfenstein Youngblood. Like I really actually want to play that. Ultimate Alliance and Mario Maker, I don't really care.
Right on. Right on. Well, those probably moved down the list.
Mhm.
All right. I'm in agreement. I want to play that more than Ultimate Alliance 3. Next game on the list, Madden 2020 comes out August 2nd.
Less than everything because I don't like football.
No. Ben, more or less than Mario Maker 2?
More than Mario Maker 2.
More or less than Ultimate Alliance 3?
More than Ultimate Alliance 3.
And then less than Wolfenstein Youngblood?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. So I would put it between Ultimate Alliance 3 and Mario Maker 2.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. So we're going to do that. So that's going to knock Mario Maker 2 down to the 9th spot for now.
I hate 2D platformers more than anything. I'm very bad at them, and I will never understand why anyone likes them.
Celeste is fun.
Well, I guess, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah. It's the only one I've ever liked, though. All right, next. Astral Chain comes out on August 30th. This is it's a Switch game, I'm pretty sure. It's supposed to be it's the one where you're like a future cop. And it's supposed to be similar in style to the Yakuza games.
Oh yeah. I'm looking at it. It's a 3D game.
Yeah.
It's not 8-bit or any crap like that.
Mm-hmm. It's an upcoming action video game developed by Platinum Games and published by Nintendo for Switch. Platinum makes good games. As far as I
I'd
can
slide
recall.
that under Wolfenstein.
Or Wolfenstein. I think I'm in agreement with you on that. Scott, what do you think?
I don't know. I'm not super familiar with it. It sounds a little bit cooler than Ultimate Alliance, I guess. So,
It looks like a Devil May Cry.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a little bit more. Well, Devil May Cry is pretty story driven, but this is going to be a little more story driven as far as gameplay goes, and a little less just like kill stuff, from what I can gather. So, but yeah, I'm in agreement. I'm putting that above Ultimate Alliance 3 under Wolfenstein Youngblood. That's for shame. Okay, next, Gears 5. Ben,
Gears 5. I'm slotting it right underneath Wolfenstein
you
for
wanna play
this
that?
reason only.
Okay.
The Terminator's in it.
What? Like Arnold
Yeah.
is in it? Like actual
No, I mean,
Arnold?
like there's a Terminator in the game,
Hmm.
and I'm like, that's
Wow.
cool as hell.
All right, Scott. More or less than Ultimate Alliance? Do you want to play Gears 5?
More, I think.
More or less than Astral Chain?
More.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right under Wolfenstein, baby.
I'm cool with that. Yeah.
And it's gonna be on PC.
Yeah. Because if a game comes out on Xbox from like now on, it's probably also going to be on PC.
Which is awesome,
Right.
because now I really don't have to buy an Xbox.
Pretty much. All right, next we got Mech Warrior 5 coming out on
Oh,
September
God.
13th.
Yes.
Scott, where are you putting this one?
Top of the fucking list, baby. I love Mech Warrior.
Top of the list. So
Yes.
Scott's saying better than Wolfenstein. Ben, what do you think?
I'm looking at the screenshots right now for Mech Warrior 5.
Okay.
It's
I'm at
such a
Now,
good.
I'm gonna have to put it underneath Wolfenstein because you're not killing Nazis, and Wolfenstein also has a giant mech.
What?
A giant
Yeah.
mech, but the whole game is not revolved around being in a giant mech.
It's
Mm,
true.
That's a tough call, man. I mean,
sorry,
the one
Ben.
well,
But
Co-op
Scott,
game.
if you're in agreement, this is going above Wolfenstein.
yeah, I mean, I gotta agree that I love Mech Warrior, man. I've always loved Mech Warrior. That was one of the first like games that I actually fell in love with outside of a console. That was like multiplayer online. I was probably 13, had no idea what I was doing, but it was awesome. So I'm all about giant mechs with like massive artillery and shit. That's good. That's awesome.
So
I got so excited because I saw a tag that said Mech
oh, and he froze.
pushing in 2020. I'm kicking it off the list. It's not though.
So
All right,
yeah,
this
that
is-
comes out
this is-
September 13th. All right, here's one of the big ones right here. Borderlands 3. We're gonna start with Scott. Obviously, Scott's saying first. Ben.
Just move
number
it to
one.
the top.
I've already pre-ordered.
No. Ben. More. Do you want to play Borderlands 3 more or less than Astral Chain? We're starting there.
I'm torn. I still don't know how I feel about this game. I guess since everyone's gonna be playing it, I'm gonna more than Astral Chain.
Dude,
Okay.
have you seen the not play footage, but the footage that they put out of the Beastmaster Flak?
No, I'm not
it's-
really following what's going on with it.
It's awesome. He has 3 pets. Each one has a different element to him. One is like a skag. The other is a 2-armed bullymong with a giant tail, I think. Like chimpanzee version of a bullymong versus a gorilla version, that kind of thing. And I think the third one is shit. I don't remember what the third one is. There's another. It's one of the enemies that you fight on Pandora. It wasn't a rack because it couldn't fly, but it was maybe one of those.
Anyway, continuing.
Stalkers? I don't know.
Ben,
It was awesome.
more or less than Gears 5?
Less than Gears 5.
Less than Gears 5?
Gears 5 looks really good.
All right. And I'm also torn. I do want to play Borderlands 3 more than MechWarrior 5. And Scott also wants it more than MechWarrior 5.
Absolutely.
Ben wants to play Gears 5 more, right? Is that what you're saying? Did I hear you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys can outvote me on this one. It's fine. I understand where I stand with Borderlands.
All right. So for now, Borderlands
It's personal
3
preference.
is at the top. All right. Next. That comes out September 13th as well.
Mm-hmm.
Next. Link's Awakening remake for Switch comes out on September 24th. Ben.
All right, more than Astral Chain.
More than Astral Chain. Less than Gears 5?
More than Gears 5.
More than Gears 5. More or less than Wolfenstein Youngblood?
Less than Wolfenstein Youngblood.
Okay, so Ben wants it there. Scott, where are you at on Link's Awakening?
Less than Gears 5. I was never really a huge Zelda person, but everybody talks about it, so it's something.
All right.
It's
More
more
or less than Astral Chain?
I think more.
More?
Probably.
So more than Astral, less than Gears 5. Ben was in the same spot. Okay. So that's going to put it there. For me, I want to play that more than Borderlands 3.
Ugh, blasphemy.
So
Well, I think you've been outvoted on this one, though.
I have been outvoted, but it's not going to go. So let's see. You guys want it at 6, right? I wanted it at 1.
It's not making it to 1 at all.
I'm going to put it at 5. I want it at 1 right now. So I'm going to put it at 5.
What are you putting it above?
Gears 5.
That's fine.
Yeah. So I'm moving it
Is
1 up.
Is Wolfenstein under Gears 5?
No, it's above Gears 5.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Like, don't you hurt my Wolfenstein. 1980s killing zombies, giant mech. Also, Wolfenstein has a game coming out where it's exclusively a giant mech for the most part.
Oh, wow.
And it's all in VR.
Borderlands 3 has a giant mech too, and it's basically the character Moz the Gunner. It's basically the Legion from Titanfall. It's got dual Gatling guns and rockets, so that's why I said Borderlands is number 1 for me.
I misheard you say Titanfall, and I thought you said Fightin'Fall, and I was like, I would play a Titanfall fighting game.
Yeah. If you don't know about Link's Awakening, it went, it was like Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, and I'm pretty sure it was either Link's Awakening next or Link to the Past and then Link's Awakening. And this game was made basically when the creator of Zelda went on vacation, and they were like, make a Zelda game and we can make it weird.
There's chain chomps in it.
Yeah, so it's a lot more obscure of a Zelda game. And I will say this, having played a couple Zelda remakes, specifically the Link to the Past remake for Game Boy Color, Nintendo does remakes very well. So I'm very excited about this game.
Yeah, and I like any game that doesn't look like it's a Game Boy game. Like, if it's 8-bit looking, I just don't feel like playing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one's more cartoony than it is. Well, Zelda cartoony is a lot different than the kind of cartoony that Ben doesn't like.
Yeah, this is so far cartoony that it doesn't matter anymore.
It's more artistic, anime-ish kind of thing. But yeah.
The cartoony I don't like is when you make a game look like World of Warcraft.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Comes out October 4th. Ben.
What's right under Wolfenstein?
Right now, Link's Awakening is under Wolfenstein.
Under Link's Awakening.
More or less than Gears 5.
Under Gears 5.
Under Gears 5. More or less than Astral Chain.
I'm gonna stick with Under Gears 5.
On Gears 5. Scott Breakpoint. Which one is
Pregnant pause.
Is this the one where there's like no main character? And no, that game's called Legion. That's Wildlands, right?
Yeah, this is basically Wildlands 2. Scott, are you there?
He's moving. He's thinking. I can see it in his face.
He can't hear us anymore.
Oh.
Dang it. This is clutch because I can sell him on this game.
Interesting.
All right, are you back? He's still not back.
Right. So explain Ghost Recon a little bit, though.
I mean, I haven't played them. I mean, I guess it's tactical shooters.
Yeah.
So like, it's always fun counting down a snipe with somebody. You know, I always like that. I like how we're both like leave and come back.
No.
Is it here? See, I wish I could use the joke from last week. This is real life.
No.
We're just watching boxes float by in the wind. Let me tell you about BMX bikes.
Or you could tell us about Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
I don't know very much. The one thing that I do know is that the main character is not the main character, the main bad guy is the Punisher.
Oh, this is the John Bernthal one.
Yeah, and I was like, that's really cool. I just like seeing real actors in games.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so I would put this. So you said between Gears and Astral Chain, right?
No, above Gears.
You want to put more than Gears?
No, sorry, below Gears.
Below Gears, but more than Astral Chain.
Yeah.
I want to play this game less than Ultimate Alliance 3, but more than Madden. Which
Scott, are you
puts
back?
2 games between.
I am back.
Okay.
Hey, okay.
Ghost Recon Breakpoint. The main bad guy is the Punisher.
Like Frank Castle, really, or is it just like a?
No, it's the guy who played the Punisher in Netflix.
Yeah. Oh, John Barenthal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oof. I'm saying below Gears, above Astral Chain.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Ben on.
You want to play this more than Astral Chain?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the Punisher, man.
I'm okay with that. I would have compromised for under Astral Chain above Ultimate Alliance, even though I want to play Ultimate Alliance more. But I'll take it.
You gotta take your licks.
Yeah.
The next one is where things get really tricky. It's Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I think this is my Pop-Tart. This is my number 1.
It's your Call of Duty is your number 1?
Yeah, because of crossplay and because of the way that they're talking about the campaign in this being like really intense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down to play like a super serious campaign.
See, I'm in the same boat, and there's only one thing that could put. I mean, obviously, there's going to be, looking down at the rest of the list, there's more that I want to play more than this. But
so far, this is my number 1.
Yeah, currently on the board, it's my number 1, unless Borderlands gets crossplay, which is still up in the air. We're not 100% sure about that. But
I will concede and put it under Borderlands for Scott.
See, no. But what I'm saying is I'm with you. We know Call of Duty Modern Warfare is fully crossplay. We don't know if Borderlands is yet. So
yeah,
for
but the
me,
Modern Warfare franchise is like that. That's not the good one. Everybody likes Black Ops because it's got Nazi zombies and stuff.
Well,
and I'd be more inclined to agree with you on like actually wanting to play a Call of Duty for one.
The circles I ran in had Modern Warfare at the top.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 4 is like is one of the, is it 3 or 4 is like one of the all-time favorites.
It's like 2008-ish when the last month, like what I'm thinking?
Yeah,
This is the high point for the series.
Modern Warfare 3 was the one that actually had a. I think they released
Is it the
like
one with no Russian?
No, it's um, the one that they released a actual Jeep like tie-in with it, which is bizarre. But it was basically a Rubicon with like special badging. The Modern Warfare 3
Oh,
was
this Modern Warfare 2 is no
no
Russian.
that. Oh, really? That was number 2, or is? Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Well, all right. So me and Ben want it at the top of the current list. Scott, do you want it Modern Warfare more or less than Mech Warrior?
Probably less than Mech Warrior, because I mean, when it comes down to it, giant mech always win with me.
More or less than Wolfenstein. I'm like, bear in mind, you can play this game with me and Ben. You can play this game with Admiral Nips.
But Wolfenstein's still killing Nazis, so I mean, you know.
It's
more
true.
or less than Link's Awakening?
More, probably.
More? Okay, so Scott wants it between Wolfenstein and Link's. It's going above Borderlands 3 right now because me and Ben want it at the top currently. Crossplay is going to sell games. It's going to make people want to play it. And
I think that's why I want to play it the most. It's the biggest game that's going to have crossplay so far.
I could play this game with Scumdeath, who only has a PS4, and Nips, who only plays games on Xbox. And I'm playing on PC, and that is very enticing to me. But like I said, if we hear that Borderlands 3 is going to have crossplay across the board, I would want to play that more than Modern Warfare.
I think Borderlands 3 having crossplay is less important because you max out at 4 people playing the game.
This is also true. But I also feel like that would make it easier to happen.
It's true.
I think Borderlands 3 crossplay is gonna happen because everybody's talking about crossplay right now, and they basically hinted on it and said Gearbox wants to do it, but those decisions are up to 2K, so they put the onus on 2K. You know, if enough people hit up 2K and they're like, "Hey, we want crossplay," 2K will probably do it.
It's a money thing at this point. It's got to be.
Yeah.
They're like, do we want to put the money into doing that?
Yep. All right, next one, and I feel like Ben's going to be more hyped than me and Scott for this. The Outer Worlds from
number 1
from the creators of Fallout New Vegas and the original Fallout.
Number 1. Because of this.
Really, you want it number 1?
Oh yeah, I'm like extremely hyped for this game.
Okay.
Think about the Fallout and the Skyrim, like basically the way that those games are. Yeah. Now instead of making it like a 100-hour game, it's like a 10 to 20-hour game. And it encourages multiple playthroughs. And they said that you can make such stupid decisions in this game that like at the end of the game there's a huge decision where like basically you can be like, I got this, and everyone's like, no you don't. Like, you do not. So they were talking about it, and they're basically like they're structuring it around D&D, like real D&D play sessions where people just do idiotic things. And like they let you go like really crazy with your decision making. So I'm curious to see what they're gonna do. And this is the first game that they've put out like by themselves in a very long time.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited, and especially because New Vegas is regarded as the best Fallout game by a lot of people. I mean, so much so that people are remaking New Vegas in the Fallout 4 engine.
Yeah, I know it was received pretty well. All right, Scott, where do you put this game? I'm gonna start you at Link's Awakening. You want the Outer Worlds more or less than Link's Awakening?
Probably more.
More or less than Wolfenstein?
I guess more, because looking at it, like here's the thing. Looking at it, I was basically thinking like this is basically Fallout does Borderlands, right?
Yeah. It's got a lot of Borderlands DNA.
It's knocking off Borderlands. So I'm like, yeah, you can't beat the originator, you know. But listening to Ben talk about it, it does sound pretty good.
Okay.
If is this multiplayer, by the way?
No, single player.
Single player. Ah, see, that's I don't know, probably more than Wolfenstein,
More or less than
because it
Mech
sounds
Warrior.
like less. Because
Less
the
than Mech
thing is,
Warrior?
I can't go play with my friends, so it's like, all right,
All right.
that's
So
you know,
Ben wants it at the top. Scott wants it at it, which would be current number 4, and I would put it at current number 3. So we're gonna put it at current number 3 because Ben's vote is gonna pull Scott's vote in line with mine. So it'll be between Borderlands and MechWarrior.
I'm pretty much fine with that, as long as the listeners know
That you
it's my
want
current
this game a lot. Yeah. Pop Tart, which is an Easy Allies
Pop-Tart.
reference.
Yeah, the Pop-Tart or toaster strudel. Right now, Mario Maker 2 is my toaster strudel.
Yep.
Garbage.
All right, next game on the list. Death Stranding.
Number 1.
Number 1. Scott, where do you want Death Stranding? Do you know about Death
dude,
Stranding?
I gotta be the only person who's not impressed and really does not give a flying shit about this game.
Cool, it's going above Modern Warfare. At number 1,
Yeah,
Death Stranding.
it honestly, man, it looks like some weird art school fucking. Every like trailer I've seen looks like some weird sci-fi art school, film school project, and it's just like, man, like this. I know this is supposed to be cool. I don't get it, and because I don't really get it, and they're being all mysterious about it, like I guess Norman Reedus is a fucking baby delivery man or something. I kind of don't care.
The baby,
You know?
the baby is a battery to allow you to see into the other dimension where bad guys are that can completely obliterate your shit.
Look,
it's crazy.
completely
It's insane. It's Kojima.
But
Yeah,
I've never played a Kojima game, and this game could be absolutely horrible. I'm just so curious.
Yep. Exactly.
See, I'm like, I'll wait to see what it comes out. You know, I'll wait to see what people say about it, because then I'll probably just be like, all right, either this sounds good or this sounds bad. Like I'm real. I'm pretty predictable with my releases, right? If it's a weird ass space sci-fi shooter thing, then I'm with like giant mechs or something. I'm probably in. If it's a quasi-realistic racing game, I might be into it, especially if it's got like
this is
all
not going to be
brands of
realistic
cars.
at all.
Yeah, if it's some weird thing like this, I'm just like, man, it sounds like a cool sci-fi novel or movie, but game, I don't know that I'd want to sit down and play. So
I'm banking on this game being more cutscene than game.
Yeah, and well, here's the thing. For me, with how weird it is and interesting, I think is the keyword. It's like very interesting looking game, and with how well received Metal Gear 5 was, and the way that Kojima left after that game, like, nah, you guys are stifling my creativity, whatever. I'm gonna leave and make this game. I'm very interested.
Yeah, but that's the other thing too, is like I've heard that whole stifling creativity argument from people before, and mostly in music. And usually, like the next project that comes out from the person whose creativity was being stifled is absolutely, you know,
Yeah.
especially like the genre definers. You know, like I'm trying to think. I don't want to get like too finger pointy, right? But there's like back in I guess the 90s, it was like, Smashing Pumpkins, this, that, and the other thing, and then Billy Corgan's like, I'm gonna go do my own thing, and everybody I know who liked the Smashing Pumpkins listened to all Billy Corgan stuff, and they're like, yeah, maybe you should not double down on that. You know,
The difference here is that it's not all right. So this would be Billy Corgan leaving the Smashing Pumpkins to do his own thing. It's like Billy Corgan leaving the people that help him make the game to make his own game. This one is more like the people above. It's like if it was the label that was causing problems for Billy Corgan and he left to make his own game. See the difference? It's the people from above stifling as opposed to the people on your level, like.
I don't know, man. There's just not like, in my opinion, when I hear that, that's an immediate red flag, because, like I said, I've seen plenty of things that have a bad track record of that, and it's just like, oh man, this is not going to be good.
We'll
So,
see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know.
All
I
right.
mean, it's not like I'm not trying to like downplay the game or anything. It's just
Oh no,
my
it's
own
like I
feelings
said, it
on
could
it.
be terrible.
Yeah, it could be terrible. It just like you. It looks kind of like you can do whatever the hell you want in this game.
Or at least get giant ladders.
Yeah.
All right,
All
I'm
right,
sorry,
Giant
Steve.
ladder.
This next game, Pokemon Sword and Shield,
Mm-hmm.
above Mario Maker.
Oh yeah, Scott,
I
where are you putting
don't
this?
Is this related to Pokemon Go at all?
No, it's a mainline
It's a new
Pokemon game.
It's the first
Okay.
Pokemon game on Switch.
First Pokemon game that's not on a quote handheld, even though Switch is a handheld.
I kind of like, I guess above Link. 'Cause
Above Link's Awakening.
Yeah, because I kind of know more about Pokemon, and I think some of the characters are interesting, cool, but it's one of those games that I never really got in.
But less than Wolfenstein Youngblood.
Yeah, I think,
Okay.
like I said, killing Nazis is still.
All right. Well, this is my number one, period. So it's going where Scott says between Wolfenstein and Link's Awakening, right in the middle.
That's fine. I want that like at
Yeah.
the very bottom.
Yep. Which sucks.
Actually, I think I want that less than Mario Maker.
Wow.
Wow.
I-
When did that
I just-
happen? You were in on Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Ugh, I just don't care about turn-based combat.
You borrowed Mom's pink Game Boy DS to play that game with us, and you
Yeah, and I-
seemed to enjoy it.
I've played it for such a small amount of time.
All right, so we got that one in there, right in the middle right now. Next one here, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which comes out the
Under
same day as
Wolfenstein.
Pokemon.
Under
Under
Wolfenstein
Wolfenstein.
for me.
Really? Scott, more or less than Wolfenstein. Jedi Fallen Order.
He froze again.
No, he
This is
didn't. He's
perfect.
typing. Scott.
Yep.
Oh, all right.
Steve, where do
Bam.
you want this game?
Me? I want this currently. I'm pretty hype on this game. This is a tough one though because there's like so many great games coming out at the end of this year. But I would put it. I put it between Modern Warfare and Death Stranding, honestly.
This
That's
this
where I
game
put it.
screams 7.5 to me.
It screams 7, really. Also, I don't know if you were listening to podcasts or whatever, but people who got to play it at E3 said that the demo that we got to see as viewers did not do it justice. That once you get your hands on it, it just feels really good. I don't know how much that plays into what you want. You're more of a shooter guy than me, though. So
Well, and you guys know where I stand with Star Wars. Star Wars is not something that I have a love for. I don't hate Star Wars. It's just kind of whatever to me. So I feel like, I mean, it is Respawn, but I feel like if it doesn't have a great story, it's gonna be just meh.
right.
I'm kind of with you on that, Ben. Honestly, I'm still salty about the whole expanded universe kind of getting trashed and becoming Star Wars Legends. You know, I was actually talking to a couple people about this.
You know, this
Interesting fact
game's
for the-
canon, right?
Yeah, I know, and that's kind of, like I said, I kind of have a problem with that in the sense that we've already seen like the whole Jedi survives Order 66 thing, and it just keeps going. I mean,
Well, where would you put this
I
game?
feel like below Mech Warrior because it's Star Wars.
Below Mech Warrior, but do you want it more than Wolfenstein?
Yeah, because Star Wars. I mean, I'm still a sucker for that franchise and some of the main canon.
Okay,
Interesting, though, is we actually were talking about this past week, and a lot of the new canon stuff that was more Lucas than anything else. So I was surprised at that.
Yeah. Ben, where did you put it?
below Wolfenstein. That's where I put it.
Okay, and Scott wants it a little bit more than Wolfenstein,
Yeah,
but
I
less than
mean, if
Mech
it turns out
Warrior.
to be a stinker of a story, I mean, yeah, Mech Warrior is pretty much the only thing that's taken Mech Warrior down for me is Borderlands, and that's because I love Borderlands, and
I'm gonna
you
put
know,
it
it's
there, but I would put it for me personally between Death Stranding and Modern Warfare. Bear in mind, Pokemon's my number 1, so this would be my current number 3. But so we're gonna go with between Mech Warrior and Wolfenstein. Good,
yeah, that works for me.
Ben.
Yeah,
Good.
that's fine.
Okay.
I'm not gonna fight that.
Okay.
It looks pretty good, and I mean, it is a Star Wars game. It is Respawn. They're really hot right now. But it's like Ben said, man. If it has like a fucking vanilla, like boring, kind of dumb story or anything, you can't. That it's
Scott,
just like, come on, really?
what are your thoughts on Titanfall 2?
I absolutely love Titanfall 2. You
How do
already
you
know
feel about
that.
the story of Titanfall 2?
It was amazing.
Fantastic.
Okay,
Yeah.
how do you feel about that team making a Star Wars game, story wise? How are you? How
They
you
don't
solve?
get-
Like, I understand your placement in the list here, but like, I cannot
It's
understand you hating on the potential story from your like the game you talk about the most.
Because they could get hamstrung by Disney.
exactly that, and that's the thing,
No,
right?
Disney's really hands off when it comes to the video game parts.
I don't know. With it being canon, it scares me.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing. Like, if this is main canon and establishes stuff like, and I mean, that's the other thing too, is like looking at Star Wars as a franchise before Disney and now with Disney, they've always treated their game, even if it's canon, as like a side thing that doesn't matter or tie into it. So like, you could play this game and it won't ever tie into the main trilogy,
Oh,
you
it probably
know, or
won't.
it's not going to matter in the larger scope of the story, right? Which is fine one way, but it's like
Right.
and the
I'm just
games
surprised.
also
I'm not trying
don't.
to start an argument. I'm just
Yeah, well, I mean,
surprised
the
that you're
games.
not all in on this game because it's Star Wars from like your favorite developer.
Yeah, well, it's exactly what Ben said, man. Like, I'm worried that they're gonna get hamstrung. Like, Titanfall 2 is an in-house thing for Respawn. It was their baby. They could do whatever they want, you know.
Well, we've already learned Respawn is pretty free to do whatever they want as far as EA is concerned.
Right.
And that was proven with Apex coming out.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's Apex Legends. They're like, we got a moneymaker here, guys, and they put it out, and it basically like kicked Fortnite in the
Also, EA
gonads.
lets Respawn not use Frostbite, so they gotta have a lot more creative leeway than other studios under EA. That's my interpretation anyway.
It's not shocking. I mean, like I said, I think
they make great games.
they come from a good pedigree, man. They were like one of the Call of Duty teams that left, whatever one it was. I don't recall exactly without looking it up. But that's how Respawn started. So I mean, it's one of those things where it's like they're kind of they come from legit roots and stuff like that. And like I said, like Titanfall was their baby of a franchise, so they could do whatever they wanted with that, like better or worse, whatever.
Right.
Star Wars has like a bunch of financial ties to it. If it flops, then a lot of people outside of Respawn are going to be pissed. Versus if it's and this is in addition to like all the stuff that I was just talking about. Like where the games are maybe canon, but they don't really reference the main movie, not just the Skywalker saga, but like they don't really run across anybody else. Like you might see a main character running past in like a nav screen or something,
Yeah,
but like
Easter eggs.
Yeah, they're Easter eggs at best, and that's kind of frustrating because if I'm playing like a Star Wars game, man, I want to feel like it's related to the stories that I'm going to see in them. And I think starting out with like a guy, a Jedi who like basically dodged Order 66, I feel like that's already starting us off at like something that's already been done before, and I don't know how they're gonna go with it. And again, it could be awesome. Like it could have an amazing storyline because Respawn's doing it, and I could be totally wrong about it, but like just thinking about that, I'm like, it's Respawn. There's a lot of money if a Star Wars thing fails, and if a Star Wars thing doesn't give the quote unquote fans what they want. I mean, we saw how that went with The Last Jedi, and I liked The Last Jedi. It might actually be my favorite Star Wars movie next to Empire, so don't at me about that. I think it was awesome. They did some really different and weird stuff with the storyline, which I actually because it's kind of an area that they hadn't really addressed before. So if they start doing some stuff like that with this game, I think it could be. If they just kind of have to go with the like whole, the Jedi
Right. Well,
mimic
okay.
the Skywalker. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where it's just like if they're forced to do that.
All right, cool. So that's how you feel about Star Wars. How do you feel about Doom Eternal?
What's at number 1 right now?
Death Stranding.
What's number 2?
Modern Warfare.
What's number 3?
Borderlands.
Number 3.
You want it more than Borderlands, less than Modern Warfare?
Yep.
Okay. Scott. How do you want it in comparison to Wolfenstein?
I think more than Wolfenstein, because I played Doom a little bit.
More or less than Star Wars?
Probably a little bit more because I know it's Doom, right?
Okay.
You're going to run around shooting monsters.
More or less than Mech Warrior?
Less, because there's no giant mechs.
Okay. I'm going to put it right above Mech Warrior. Right between Mech Warrior and the Outer Worlds.
All right.
I'm lower than that on it, but I think that's a good spot for it.
All right, run down that list.
All right, so here is our most anticipated games list for the rest of the year. Most anticipated game is Death Stranding, followed by Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Borderlands 3, The Outer Worlds, Doom Eternal, MechWarrior 5, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Wolfenstein Youngblood, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Link's Awakening, Gears 5, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Astral Chain, Ultimate Alliance 3, Madden 2020, and last is Mario Maker 2. So,
sorry, Mario
there we
Maker.
go. All right, so
You guys want to do listener questions?
we got a quick little fantasy critic update because we have some games coming. It's quick. Last had Bloodstained Ritual of the Night for 14 points, and he is not getting points for 2 games, Psychonauts 2 and Dying Light 2. Fudd had Crash Team Racing come out and got 20 points for that. Good pick. Drafty had Team Sonic Racing, which was 4 points, but he lost 14 points because Bloodstained Ritual of the Night was his counter pick. I got 28 points total because Cadence of Hyrule gave me 16, and my friend Pedro had 11, and then Justin is sitting at 32 points because now Judgment came out and it gave him 12 points. So
I really want to play My Friend Pedro.
Dude, it looks so ridiculous. I also want to play that game. So, all right, cool. But yeah, listener questions, and they're brought to you by Cosmodrome Vodka. Ben, do you want to read it?
My screen's so far away.
All right. This week at Cosmodrome Vodka, we've been playing around in Chalice's Menagerie with a brand new chalice he gave us. What's that screaming in the background, you ask? Don't worry. We just assigned the smelly hunters the task of completing the hunted encounter of the menagerie. Spoiler alert, the screaming means it's going swimmingly. Our warlocks and titans have been busy trying to establish a mobile distillery on the Leviathan, but most of the residents there aren't too keen on new blood moving into their territory. They clearly don't know the benefits to drinking our vodka versus whatever old decrepit shit they're currently drinking, like their sorrows or something. If Palace would let us up into the upper levels of the ship, Maybe we could find a suitable spot to set up shop. But for now, we're forced to simply collect runes, throw them into our chalices, and hope for the best. You know what they say, Guardians, always chase the dream. That dream? Kill all of the stupid hunters, and continue building the Fellowship of the Taken Anus. Perhaps that will be the next section of the Leviathan you'll visit, the newly established Chapel of the Dissident Taken Spleen. If only the real estate taxes on the ship were cheaper. For now, Guardians, we leave you with this sage saying, on Cosmodrome Earth's moon, nightmares transmogrify you. So, sticking with the Destiny talk, Kel Farted wants to know, Poland versus Osiris, who's left standing?
Oh fuck, man! This
I
is a
do
tough
believe the
one.
question is, what is left standing?
Yes.
Oh, I thought your
Yeah,
screen
you're-
was too far away.
No, I read it today earlier.
I mean, I gotta agree with Ben on that. Exactly. I'm curious as to what's left standing. There, no doubt it'd be a throwdown.
Not
I
the
go back-
timeline.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I go back and forth on this all the time because first I thought Osiris would just absolutely nuke Toland, but it turns out Osiris is kind of a big-headed doofus who does more talking than anything else. According to again, if we're talking canon in the game, the actual canon we see, Osiris was kind of a letdown. Toland's dead technically. He's in the Ascendant realm, so
He's not dead.
well,
He's ascendant.
he's in that. Yeah, he's in that weird space where he's like not dead, but he's also does not have a physical body.
Yeah.
Right now, he's an orb of light. So I guess Osiris would win by default. But
If we're talking right now.
Here's what I
Yeah.
think. Two things are left standing. Oryx and Brother Vance.
If we're talking a good, like solid one-on-one, I'm picking, my money's on Toland because Toland plays dirty.
no, yeah, that's actually a good. That's a good.
Well, and if he's Ascendant, then the rules of death don't really apply to him
Yeah.
anymore.
But the rules of time don't apply to Osiris. That'd be a fun fight. I'd watch it.
Goku versus Superman.
Funny you should mention Goku because Dosi wants to know, would you sign a petition to add a Goku scream to the Middle Tree Arc Warlock, which I'm guessing is the Kamehameha?
Yes.
I
Sure,
also
why
would.
not?
Yeah. We're in.
Why not?
Hell on Two Wheels wants to know, have you guys considered making a Spotify playlist with all of your band recommendations? And I'm just going to go right in and answer this one. And we have considered it and decided against it because we would rather you go to Bandcamp and buy their music and support
Well,
artists directly.
The other reason is a lot of the stuff isn't on Spotify.
Yeah.
That too. And if it were, the band would get a considerable amount. All right, if you bought an album from Bandcamp that was like free to download and you paid them $1, the band would get more money than if you listened to their album on Spotify 100 times.
Yeah. Spotify is like really, really bad for paying artists, but it is good for getting your name out there because it's like the biggest way to listen to music currently.
Yeah.
It's tough. Bands should not expect any money off of album sales anymore. It's a merch game.
Yep. All right, Quack wants
So
to know-
really, buy the band's merch.
Yeah. Go see them when they come to your town.
Mm-hmm. So Quack wants to know, in the history of Destiny, which Crucible meta has been the most irritating to you?
That's tough.
I'm going with the way D1 ended.
Yep. No, that works.
God damn it. That is like a fuck. I hated the 1,000-yard stare meta because that was so obnoxious. You'd spawn in and just get instantly sniped and you have no idea what the fuck is going on. But at least a sniper is like a powerful, decent weapon. It's not a fucking pea shooter that regenerates ammo, which is exactly what the meta was at the end of D1. So I think I'm going to have to agree with you on that, Steve. I think the way D1 ended was a load of crap.
Yeah,
The only
Destiny's always
one-
been a special weapon game.
The only one that I would even come close to me is the previous meta, the D2 shotgun meta. I was not a fan of that. It did
I
not.
will always love a shotgun meta.
Yep,
See,
me too.
I thought so, but for that, the D2 shotgun meta versus the D1 shotgun meta, give me the D1 shotgun meta every time.
Give me that
were
Matador meta.
There were more counters to that meta,
The
and I was a
Matador.
much less skilled player at the time.
The Mapador.
And I was fine with it. So, but yeah, so we're in agreement. The end of D1 was the worst.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool.
How about what was your favorite?
Favorite
Matador.
meta? Not gonna lie. D2 year 1.
No, D2 beta was my favorite because of that main ingredient.
No. Once Mida died, D2 year 1 was my favorite.
Anytime fusion rifles reign supreme, I'm happy because no one could use them. Like when that came out, it was like all the guys that love fusions in D1 were just like, oh, come to Papa.
That is actually a tough one. I really like the Mida Uriel's meta because I love using those guns. Huge fan of the pulse rifle shotgun meta from D1, but the meta that was like right before where you could get away running like Mida and a really good roll, like decent impact fusion rifle in D1. Like if I was running Mida and Vacancy, I would just fucking smash people.
Beginning of year 3 in D1.
It was it was like that real quick before they brought Matador back and turned like shotguns into absolute monsters.
Yeah.
I like that because people were not sure. It's the same thing like Ben was saying. People had no idea what to do. Like, I can't hit people with a shotgun and snipers aren't good. Like, what do I? And then by that point, you're already slide fusion rifled them and they're done.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Dosey also wants to know, if they remade Space Jam, which they are, would you see it?
I was going to say, you mean when they remake Space Jam? Because yes.
Yeah, I'm going to see it, and it's not going to be good, but I'm going to enjoy it.
Hey, man, I got to support LeBron. There's a song by a local rapper where the chorus says, I'm from where Braun from. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. There we go. Phoenix wants to know, did you attend the estate sale at Distinguished Gentleman HQ? And if so, what bits did you bid on? I didn't, because Potato Thumbs just bought all of them.
Yeah, I heard they actually backed up a truck and just loaded everything in.
I bought the hernia cream. I bought the Cialis from them. I bought their Hotmail accounts.
Cialis? They don't have Cialis. Did you mean Bonera?
Hotmail account? Wow.
That's the one. Bonera. That's the bit that I bought. Bought Bonera.
I bought Martin Storm.
Martin Storm?
All right.
There you go. All right, last question goes to Laz. Through sheer happenstance, the state you currently live in has disappeared. Don't worry.
Thank God.
Everyone is still alive via space magic. What state do you make your new home, and why that state?
Oh my God. I'm either going to California or Colorado or Texas.
Well, you got to pick
California.
one. Which one?
Northern California.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's count that as a different state than Southern California.
Yeah, dude, Southern California, like, I've heard some stories about right now, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of crazy.
See,
I'm going mid-California.
Fresno, Bakersfield.
Inland Empire.
Yeah.
I'm not going California because it didn't say that you also get millions of dollars, and I'm not about that life of being poor in California because I'm already poor. So my answer is British Columbia.
Steve's just moving to Canada.
I'm going with that one.
Oh man, actually, other than
It's Canada's California.
Dude, other than the Vancouver Canucks, British Columbia is pretty dope. I've heard some awesome things. I've seen some pictures from up that way, and it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. So there you have
All
it.
right, guys.
Bads is going to BC. Ben, take us
down. You can find our show on Twitch at twitch.tv/BarelyADS, on Twitter, twitter.com/BarelyADS. You can send us an email to BarelyADShow@gmail.com, or just go to our website, BarelyADS.com, now with working links. And you can find me everywhere at Ben Malone.
Thanks. Band of the week this week, Warcraft. Support your boy. Make sure you buy this, not just download it, buy it off Bandcamp when it goes up. Support Scum Death. And if you want to find me, I'm everywhere at Xanafit711. Scott.
At Slapshot Scott, the user zeros, mostly on Twitter. Don't at me, because I probably don't care. I just argue with people about hockey and Lord of Wolves all day.
What that means is at him all day. Getting Twitter. I want to see some Twitter fights with Scott this week, people. There's your quest.
I'm quick with that block and that mute, man. I do not give a fuck. I will block. I will call somebody several names and then block them.
You can also find me in the garage tightening some bolts on some bikes.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll be in the garage, back in the garage this week, probably working on the Jeep stuff.
Summertime, got to get out there and ride.
What do you guys eat when you're working in the garage?
Well, wait, quick shout out to Potato Thumbs, episode 100.
Yes,
big
milestone.
God.
The big 100.
That was a complete
welcome to the Triple Digit Club
of Distinguished Gentlemen, and I was on it, if you didn't know, and it was one of the most fun times to be had ever in podcasting. It was a blast.
And shout out to the band Lions. I have not listened to them in a while. I saw them post something on Facebook, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to them. Band is awesome.
Yeah.
So check out the album. The album is MNTZ Mountains, but it's just MNTZ. They are on Spotify. Check out Lions. It's not super easy to find.
Yeah.
That's why I told you the album name.
Yep.
Also check out War Crab.
Yes.
All right, let's go get some cheeseburgers.
Let's get some cheeseburgers. All right. Bye, y'all.
Later, guys.
All right, let's clap.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Dope.
All right, guys. I gotta go to bed. I'll see you.
Yeah, me too. But we're gonna raid somebody, and that's gonna be just some Guardians. Thank you, chat. I love you guys.
125, right?
Yes. 125. Go start just some Guardians, and peace out, y'all. All right, Scott, I gotta go to bed too. I'll catch you later.
All right. Later.
How a very well written story can really pull you in.
Mm-hmm.
And like The Hive, God, everything about The Hive, and this is the reason why Poland as my first muse, really, everything about them just draws me in. They are the